What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy VSAT back with his homie Loba the Kitty, and we are back bringing you guys another video. Today's video is going to be something I ain't never done yet. It is the Call of Duty Zombie Wonder Weapon list tier list. We're gonna rank them. I gotta be honest, I didn't put too much thought into this going into this, so we're just gonna wing it by ear. And we got our kitty with us. Y'all can barely see her, but she gonna hold it down, and we're gonna have the best list imaginable. Let's get it going. So starting with the gods here, we are gonna throw the wave gun in the gods here. The wave gun was the thunder gun, right? I mean, basically, except you also had the solo zaps, which were incredibly clutch. The animation that the zombies would die was awesome. I think this weapon is nearly as good as they come, although we'll see as the list goes on. But I think the wave gun in the S tier is totally fine and dandy. Moving on here, we're gonna roll with the winner's howl being god tier at being trash. Yeah, that gun was I mean, listen, as a Varrock BO1 fanboy, I definitely got some special love in my heart for this weapon because of that, but this gun sucks. Like, you don't even use it in BO1 Varrock. Like, this gun's ass. You know what I'm saying? But listen, it is what it is. You know, it exists. It would have been cool had it actually froze the zombies to a considerable point, but by the time you're in the 20s, it's taking like 6 shots just to like freeze one guy. You know, it's not it. You know, it's just not it at all. I'm gonna be so honest with you too. Some of these weapons I really kind of don't even recognize. Like, I don't know what that is, but I guess we'll just kind of figure it out. We'll do everything we know and kind of go from there. Moving on, the thunder gun. The thunder gun is an easy god tier weapon, man. I mean, it's absolutely iconic. It's kind of the first wonder weapon. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a gray area with the ray gun. Like, is the ray gun a wonder weapon? I mean, I guess kind of, sort of. I mean, the ray gun's obviously the OG. But I don't know. The thunder gun was the first time we seen a gun of this nature to do, like, infinite damage. And, of course, you had the flamethrower in World at War. But the T-gun was just different. And you just knew that when you got it from the box, when you saw it from the box, and when you blasted, you know. And then, of course, if you mix that with Black Ops 3, you get drops with the thunder gun. So the thunder gun is an absolute animal. I think anything less than S for the thunder gun would not be right, to tell you the honest to God truth. Moving on to the baby gun. Oof. Baby gun is going to go Baby gun is gonna go amazing. I thought about gods here, honestly, but because I've played BO3 Shang recently, it left a little bit of a negative in my mouth, so to speak. Pause. But the baby gun it's just not as good on BO3, but on BO1, this thing is an animal, man. I mean, it's so much fun to use. It's so unique. I mean, this was a time when Treyarch was really hitting with their wonder weapons and their uniqueness and the customization, and it was just, honestly, the baby gun is just one of the coolest wonder weapons, so I gotta put baby gun at amazing. Moving on to, the VR11. We're gonna go amazing for the VR11, although it is objectively god tier. But we're gonna go amazing because I play a lot of solo more than anything. If you're a co-op guy, this gun is god tier. But I'm a little bit more of a solo guy, so as a result, I don't really get to use the full abilities, so to speak, of this weapon. But this weapon is awesome, man. I mean, the fact that in co-op you can shoot your teammate and it becomes like an insta-kill for them is honestly fucking sick. Like, low-key. You know, in solo it's still usable. You're still getting kills with that. You know, that became the high round strat for a long time. Obviously, Call of Duty has kind of changed a little bit more recently. But for that reason, I'm going to put it amazing, just because I'm way more of a solo player than anything else. Moving on to the Scavenger. We're gonna go good on the Scavenger. The Scavenger can easily be great, but it's good. It's good for a long time. It's fun to use. You definitely need PhD Flopper, but thank God Call of the Dead does have PhD Flopper. But it's not great if you think about it. You know, I mean, it's great for Call of Dead standards, but you know, to these other Wonder Weapon standards, I think good is honestly more than fair and could probably go more into the decent category. But Scavenger is fun to use. It's a great weapon. It's fun to kill George with it, and I think the Scavenger in good is a really solid place for that. We are gonna go with the jet gun, and we're gonna throw the jet gun in decent, honestly, because the jet gun is decent. People have discovered ways for a long time now on how to effectively use this weapon. Of course, you never run out of ammo. There is like a charge up and it can overheat. However, with the way people figured out how to use it, the thing never overheats. Of course, this is being recorded before Black Ops 6. It is very plausible Black Ops 6 comes out and this thing's a banger, because we do have this gun making a return on Liberty Falls, the second map that we don't know much about yet at the time of recording this on August 11th. But the jet gun it's decent. It gets the job done. You can survive pretty long with it into the higher rounds. It's not these weapons. I guess technically it's better than the Scav, but I'm definitely looking at it from a lens of bias. There's no doubt about that. We all have biases. I've played more Call of the Dead. This one's a lot easier to use. You know, if you're looking at it from like a total public perception, I don't think people know how to use this jet gun. I barely know how to use a jet gun, to tell you the truth, and I've been no-lifing zombies for like 10 years now, so we're gonna put the jet gun in decent, but it definitely has a good cause to be into the good category. Moving on to the squid gun. We're gonna throw the squid gun back into God tier, honestly. I mean, it's the thunder gun, bro, mixed with like kind of Gershes with the way the shots shoot. And the gun looks super cool. It gives you drops. I mean, what more is there to say about this gun? This gun is an absolute slammer. Like, it absolutely bodies everything. So how can you not? Alright, taking the Soliquifier. We are going to put the Soliquifier in... You know, for the sake of diversity, we're going to throw it in great. It could be amazing, but I think great fits this one a lot better compared to these weapons. It's very effective, especially in the lower rounds. You can camp till 100 and really have a good game going. After 100, that's where, I think it's technically after 99, that's when you kind of start getting like the crawlers and stuff, and it's not really killing as effectively. It's a great weapon. It's super unique. Treyarch did everything they could by nerfing it and kind of messing up the puddles and stuff, but people found out you could shoot the sushi bar sign to kind of pre-patch it, get into that pre-patch state where you only get the initial bubbles. However, you can't train. Before, you used to be able to train without it with the ballistic knife, but you can't anymore. You got to always have the Soliquifier out when training after shooting. So it's a great gun, and I feel very comfortable putting it in that spot, honestly. All right, let's take the next one. We're gonna grab the ray gun, and the ray gun's gonna go great. I mean, arguably the Scavenger is better, but here's the thing. Bias, this is iconic from day one. Nocturne, Toten, World at War. I mean, it's an awesome weapon, right? The ray gun is absolutely iconic with zombies. I couldn't in good faith put the Scavenger above it. I can with these weapons, but these weapons are all kind of different beasts, I would say. But the ray gun is as good as they come, and honestly maybe deserves to be higher. But the Black Ops 3 ray gun is definitely not that good. Definitely not that good. So I think ray gun in grade is honestly more than fair. Mark II, I'm gonna throw that in great. I could easily put that in amazing, honestly, but I think the Mark II should be paired with the ray gun. The Mark II is better. The burst is awesome. It shreds zombies, but, you know, like I said, in the similar vein, we're going to throw the Mark II with the ray gun. I feel pretty comfortable with that. So this almost looks to this one right here like the Shadow Claw, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Mark III. We're going to throw the Mark III. We're going to throw it in no, just no. It could go decent, but here's the thing. This gun, I mean, because the thing is, these guns are all being compared to each other, basically, in this tier list, right? And this gun is really not that effective. From what I remember, I think really starting, like, in the 40s, maybe, like, mid to late 40s, definitely by 50. It's just not really killing anymore. It's not effective, and especially when you compare that to the ray gun in Mark II, where you can get kills. I guess it's kind of similar. I mean, I would definitely trust the Mark II more than the Mark III. The Mark III does have some utility because you can slow zombies down on GK with it, but honestly, it's just kind of a letdown after having the ray gun, the Mark II, and then we have a ray gun Mark III, and it just should have been better, honestly. It's a good gun. I really got a lot of love for GK because of launch. I really enjoyed that time of streaming and playing zombies and just that map at launch. But honestly, I can't put it more than higher than that. I think that's a fair ranking for that. So I'm a little confused as to what's going on with these two right here. I think we got the Blundergat, and then we'll just call it the Vitrolic Withering. So we're going to go Blundergat to... That's so tough, honestly. I mean, we're going to put Blundergat in Why Would You Use This? Just because you could get the Sweeper as well as the Vitrolic Withering. And the thing is, it's only got one shot and the reload's kind of slow unless you got Speed Cola. And it's just not like super effective, you know? And like I said, I know we got the Vitrolic Withering here, which is why I'm going to put that one there opposed to anything else. But it's just kind of a weird... It's kind of weird how they have both of them, unless I'm missing something with this list. But that's how I'm interpreting this right here. So we're going to put the Vitrolic Withering there, or the Blundergat there. With the Vitrolic Withering, we're going to throw it in good. It could arguably go great. You know what? No, strike that. We're going to put it in great. Had to take a second guess. I'm very biased to Mob. I love Mob. The Withering's a lot of fun. The shots kind of act like monkeys. However, they don't necessarily always work as planned, which is why I was originally going to have it a little bit lower. But the gun is awesome. It's fun to use. I mean, like I said, it does kill, and you know, it does distract the zombies, so it is pretty clutch, especially with the tight training that Mob has. So I think Vitrolic Withering and great is honestly more than fair. Alright, grabbing on to the Paralyzer. We're going to throw the Paralyzer in decent. Buried's okay. I never really cared for this wonder weapon. It's kind of cool how you can fly in the sky and how you can jump over the maze and stuff like that. But outside of that, I'm not a big fan of this weapon personally. It does have utility, but I'm just not really too much of a fan of it, to tell you the honest to God truth. Alright, taking the Wonder Waff. We're going to throw the Wonder Waff in Amazing. I think it does have a case for God tier. And I gotta be honest, I just realized I said something earlier in the video that I kind of strike about the Thunder Gun. Obviously, the Waff came before the Thunder Gun, but I am making this video on no sleep, no excuses, just results, but it is true. But, you know, the Thunder Gun edges out the Waff. The Waff is excellent. It's amazing. It's iconic. It kind of is that first ever true wonder weapon, especially if you're not looking at it like the ray gun. But the Waff's got to go in the amazing category, honestly. I'm not going to put it in God tier. I think it's one step below these weapons, which are just next level, in my opinion. Alright, I can't make out what a lot of these things are, to tell you the honest to God truth. So we're just going to finish up with whatever I can notice. Like, I think this might be from Alpha Omega. This is a Windstaff. Origins is ass. Let's not even play around there. I think these are the Dreisendracht bows. Although this looks more like the Dreisendracht bow. Okay, this is the Wolf bow, and I guess this is the Storm bow. So we'll rank both of those. And then I think this is supposed to be a Fire Staff. But we can just call it staffs in general and say, get him out of here. He trash. That boy ass. Get them all. Just that boy ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're good. They're obviously good. I just don't like Origins, all right? I got some, listen, I didn't say this video wasn't going to be biased. All right, cut me some slack here. The video's a little biased. I'll give that to you. Wolf bow. We're going to go good. We're going to go good. It's not quite the Storm bow. However, it is pretty good for training. Yeah, it's useful for training, but it's not quite the Storm bow. And ranking this is honestly a little bit harder than I thought, because it's like, how do you rank these and how do you compare them against each other? And then it's also so dependent on your own biases and, you know, what you like to play and what you have played a lot. But I think the Wolf bow in good is good. It is really good. But I think it's good, especially when you have that compared to the Storm bow, which is somewhere. I thought I saw the Storm bow, did I not? I think we're just going to call this the Storm bow, because I think those are all the other bows, even though the picture looks so different. And we'll throw the Storm bow in. We're going to throw it in Amazing, honestly, because it really is amazing. I mean, you can camp for a while. There's like 70-something plus shots in the Storm bow. And yeah, it just absolutely fries and annihilates. I don't know if that's actually the picture for the Storm bow or not, honestly, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. So yeah, I think the Storm bow in the Amazing is honestly probably the best spot for it. And then outside of that, I don't really know what these weapons are, to tell you the honest to God truth. I think this is from ZNS. It's kind of hard to make out these images. This is from 9. I'm not even going to rank it because I haven't played 9 in a while. This is from Blood of the Dead. Yeah, I'm not going to rank any more of these, honestly. These are kind of the ones that I've used the most, especially more recently over the past like 5 or 6 years, I'd say, because we've definitely played more Black Ops 3 than anything else. So we're going to leave everything else out because I believe this is like Alpha Omega. This is 9. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if that's the sword from Shadows. That's Blood. I think those are the other bows, but it's just weird how this bow picture and this bow picture is different. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's the Ragnarok. So yeah, I'm not really entirely sure. These pictures, I probably should have found a better tier list maker, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the tier list ranking that I have for the Wonder Weapons. I feel pretty comfortable with this. I had no idea what this video was gonna turn into, honestly, when starting it. But honestly, after looking at it, I feel pretty good about my rankings. But you guys let me know. Do we get anything right? Do we get anything wrong? Drop it in the comments, man. And are you guys excited for BO6? Because I know I am, as you can see by this YouTube grind, which I've never done in my life. So guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time. Please let me know in the comments what you think. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.